Welcome back to the Punch channel. We have Inflection Point on the table, and we are looking at the Kalach maps with the town of Kalach over here. And this is the entry of the Tank Armies introductory scenario using the Kalach maps. So this is roughly the midpoint of the first turn. We are ready for the fifth activation. Prior to this, we had activated both the 3rd Motorized and KG-60, Camp Group 60, which is a chunk of the 60th Motorized Division, and they had come in and pushed back on the 196th Rifle Division in this vicinity. So remaining to move at this point, so the 131 blew their activation and just left it at that, did a failure flip and picked up a little recovery on fatigue. The 196 had a full activation. I don't think they accomplished an excessive amount of things. It's been, well over a week here since, no, it's been about a week since I last came across this table. So remaining to move are the 13th Tank Corps and the 28th Tank Corps in this vicinity, and also 16th Panzer Division. It is now time for the 5th activation, and that will be a Soviet activation. So we're just doing an I go, you go back and forth, and the Soviets, being the first player, had the 1st and 3rd activations. Now they get the 5th, and I am thinking that I want to move the 28th Tank Corps and activate them because things are much more settled in this vicinity. So that's how we're going to proceed here. All right, so let's proceed with the activation. I'm going to do a little live play here. I'm still coming to grips with this game system, and I tend to miss things a lot. I am hopeful that if you see something, well, one, if I see it, then I'll catch it myself, live on camera, as it were. And if I don't happen to catch it, do let me know in the comments, please. Every little bit helps. So, further information. So, I've circled in red the victory point effective locations here. C, D, B, I believe A. Yeah, A is in play. Okay. So this is the meeting engagement with the Germans coming in from the north, the Soviets coming in from the south and a bit from the west, meeting here in the middle. The idea is that the Germans are going to acquire, if they can acquire, I believe it is pairs of these locations. So the B pair, which they already own, the A pair, which they already own, that gives them 2 victory points, which that is the starting configuration for this game, and that results in a draw. So the initial situation is a draw, that's fine. They will attempt to acquire C and D, and of course the also the victory point locations near Kalach, I think, are in play. We'll see how that works out. The Soviets, for their part, are going to be pushing back rather strenuously if they have anything to say about it, and they do. Right, so enough about the background. The weather is good, nice summertime weather, no precipitation, no mud, no snow. It'll all work out. So, normal activation. Headquarters initialization, we've identified the 28th Tank Corps and flipped its headquarters to used. Preparation, combat trains. The combat trains are on map. The MSR is complete. We are not mucking around with prepared defenses. Let's see. I believe we are mixed. Let me take a look at the starting scenario here. It should be, oh, it's not mixed with 131st Rifle on the east bank. Okay, it's not mixed on the east bank. That's interesting. Strangely enough, though, yeah, 62 combat trains. Bear with me. I'm looking at the scenario notes because, yeah, they're kind of mixed here. They're at least crossing, I can tell that they're crossing the streams because we have an overlap between the, do we? We do. They're using the same road. So they are crossing the streams here. But it says not mixed. But I would think that, I can't see how 131st, and here's where the headquarters is, and let's confirm 40, Bravo 4929, 4929, headquarters fresh, go figure. And then 4728, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay. And that's all the combat power that we have at the moment. And let me confirm this location of the first of the... Okay, so I'm going to go with what it says. It says it's not mixed with 131st Rifle east of the Don per 1.2 Bravo. 1.2 Bravo saying, buddies, all Soviet formations with headquarters east of the Don are buddies with one another for the duration of the activation. Got it. So what does that mean? Well, that means that I need to, at the end of the 28th Corps activation, I think what I need to do is I need to have 28 Corps advanced over here to the other side of the Don to keep its combat units in command. I need to have the 28th Tank Corps advanced significantly up this road network so that we are not crossing the streams. Yeah. It's funny, I would say that it was at least coordinated, but there is a nice difference here. There's a nice difference here between the formation bubbles, so okay, I'm going to go with it. They're not coordinated as well. And once I cross over with the headquarters, then I think that we would worry about such things, but they're not marked coordinated at start, so that's what I'm going to go with. Right, okay. Time for the snafu roll, and we are definitely doing a snafu. So, fresh, let's see. Ooh, can I use dice for this thing? Yeah, okay. So here we go. Here's Mr. Soviet. He's fresh, +1. We're not mixed. We are optimal distance 2. The trains are not ghosted. We're not using tracks either. So we are a nice +2. So let's give it a shot here. And we wind up with a, that is visible. We wind up with a 9. That is a full activation. Yippee. Okay, let's get to activities. So I only got the 2 armored units here, 2 tank brigades, and they're nice looking tank brigades. Yeah. They're nice looking tank brigades. The question is, what am I going to do with them? I need to put down my objectives. So that's my next step here. Let's get those objectives down. Well, I could do a little imperiling here. I like that idea very much. And taking a look at the terrain effects chart on a secondary road, tactical movers move a half. So, think this through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get up there, which is fun. And he is in terrain, which is not so fun. So, yeah. So no need to do this. And here's what we're going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. And third motorized, let's take a quick look over here. Third motorized is running support, limited support. So we're going to try and drop support here. Oh, up, right. And the whole point is I'm not going over there, I'm going over here. So Let's do a double tap right there. So everything is copacetic here. So we're going to do an engagement, and it is an engagement against the target as support. We have a double objective zone. Okay, first off, deltas. AV and action rating. So I'm going to use the action rating host, and then 2 is the AV. So we are 6 on this side, and we are 6. So we're nice and even. Okay, so let's count this out. We have a double objective zone +1. We are not dealing with any other modifiers, so we are simply doing a +1 engagement with the target support. Dice on the way, we get an 8, +1 is 9. That is a target drop. All right, we got a nice target drop here. How nice. Okie dokie. So, I'm going to do an attack by fire this time. And we are in a terrain hex attack by fire. That's going to be a 5 to 6. No good. Okay, and that unit is, what's the parlance? Stopped, right? He's either stopped or he's finished. He is stopped. Right. So we'll run up here 4.5. How about 4, 5? Now that's interesting, isn't it? I've got an airstrike in hand. These tank corps, I guess by doctrine and circumstance, do not appear to have artillery with them, which is a pisser, to say the least. But that's the Soviets for these scratch. I know that the 28th is a scratch formation. They haven't been together very long. I suspect the 13th is not all that long in the tooth either. But we'll see what happens here. So I think I can simply come up, do a couple barrages, and then an assisted attack. And I think that is very much what I would like to do. Now, I could do a shock attack. There's nothing that prevents me from doing that, which would be actually pretty darn nice. Now, my requirements for doing a shock attack, let's see. I know I can do it. The question is, do I need movement points, in which case I keep him on the road. So shock attacks, requirements 5.1 mic. Alrighty, 5.1 M. Shock attack criteria: not contain any AV rating, real or support, and he does not. We drop support. Cost 3 movement points or less for TAC MA. Okay, and that's an interesting thing. He's in terrain. And it's a hill. So for TAC, he's 2. So no impediment there. Yay. Now I don't actually have to, the unit need not pay this amount. The hex merely needs to cost that much or less. Okay. So I can come to almost, have at least 1 MP and 1 fire event remaining. There's no way I can get to him. Okay, we'll hold with what we got. Can't shock attack him in this state. Now, there's nothing to say that I couldn't go the other way, but I think this is fine. We'll come up and we will do disappearing dice. I'm going to do a couple of barrages. These are attack by fires into terrain, and so 2 dice on the way. That is a 1 and a 2. The Soviets are not having a good day with their shooting, but that seems actually characteristic. Scratch crews on new tanks, very little time to prep before this particular series of battles and engagements. So these are newbies. All right. Now I'm going to do an attack. So I'm going to do an attack. Now question, which way do I go with the attack? I would probably rather swing this guy forward rather than swing this guy. Does it really matter? Facing is not a thing in the game. Yeah, we'll see. No, I'll assist. I'll attack with the 56th Tank Brigade assisted by the 55th. I'm going to throw in my air point as a suppression barrage. Okay, so going down the list. Hey, we're dual. Isn't that nice? Right, got our attack arrow. We've got a double objective zone. We're up to 2. Suppression mission takes us to 4, which is in here somewhere. Need a better way to do this. And an assist. We got a 5. Also, we're comparing the ARs. So we are down 1 with the AR differential. Okie dokie. So, prepared defense, no. Terrain, yep. So that's another -1. So our net is 3. And that's it. Okay. We are doing an attack on the combat table at +3. That'll work. D2 and automatic retreat. I understand the terminology. So we'll get our nice step counter going down from 6 to 4. And this guy has to do a retreat, which is very interesting at this point. Now, retreat C5.5E. I think I made a bit of a mistake here. I think the headquarters is too far forward for what's going on here. What did I say? Retreat 5.5 echo. 2. I think he doesn't have enough room to retreat. So 5.5 automatic retreats. Leg and truck MA units, okay, must retreat to its headquarters if it qualifies as a headquarters refuge and flip to their move sides. If the headquarters refuge, it must be at least 3 hexes or more from the refuge starting hex. We do not have the headquarters refuge. Oops, my bad. Headquarters is too far forward for this play. If its refuge is unavailable, remove the retreating units from play. They return in the next turn's reinforcement phase, etc. And return on move side. Okay, well, that is concerning. So, very concerning indeed. I will file this away under lessons learned, specifically learn how to play the darn game, Bill. Okay. So they come in next turn, and they come in the reinforcements phase. So they're set up over here. I can do that. Right. So I'm keeping track here on turns 1, 2, 3, and so on. I initially set it up for the scheduled reinforcements, but I'm also using it to keep track of those pesky Soviet AT units and also anybody who has to go off map. And we will come off shaky cam and back on with the action such as it is. Okay, advance after combat. Definitely concerning, but he is, they're all finished at this point, having participated in these activities. And now I need to deal with my headquarters and my combat trains. So this is a bit sticky as well, because that's funny. That is funny indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay, my hesitation here is ideally I would move him across the river, remain on the secondary road, and bring up the, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would have to be here at least this far forward, and then I would have to bring up the combat trains in front of the 131st combat trains. So keeping these is sort of a, where did they come from? They came from here, combat trains and the headquarters. So I want to look up the rule though. Is it 5 hexes radius or 5 hexes road? because, you know, this is the 20th century. After all, we have radios. So, command radius. I think it's radios, guys. I was an RTO at one point in time. You can do this stuff over the radios. So, command radius 1.4. Staying in command radius 1.4 echo and 2.4 bravo. 0.4. Command radius, da-da-da. Yeah, this is a bit going on here. I could come off camera, segment the video, and then do that. But I think this first time around, why not? It's learning for me. It's learning for perhaps some of y'all. By the way, this is a kick-ass game. I know because I've had my ass kicked at it. Thank you so much, Andrew. But I had a lot of fun in the process. That's how I know it's a great game. You can get your ass kicked at the game and have fun while it's going on. All right, command radius. Command radius is the maximum distance from the formation's headquarters, its units. Okay, okay. It's measured in hexes, not movement points. Just count hexes. Hexes, okay. Well, interesting. So I can bring him up here on the secondary roads, you know. I think the combat trains are fine where they are, and if I stay on this side of the Don, it's awfully damn convenient. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I think. And that'll give them a combat radius of 5 hexes, which will take them out to State Farm 10. And to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this area right here. At least it's good for a turn, and it keeps the headquarters reasonably safe behind the Don River. So I think I'm going to go with that. Maybe I'll come back 1 more hex. Radios, you know. I don't have to sit right on top of these guys. And that is my turn. My activation for this. Now, do I do a second one? That's interesting. Yeah, I think I do. I've got their headquarters about where I want them. Right, so first off, let's roll for that 4. Come on, high numbers. Hey, I've got a 4. So we're going for second activation. By the way, I've been noting down these things. So 20th Tank Corps is the 5th activation. They got a full, and they are going to activate the second time. Let's go down the chart. Oh, forgot to roll for fatigue. Okay, hold on. So, object placement activities complete. Cleanup. Remove objectives. Right. Cleanup complete. Combat trains are optimal, but I moved them. That's fine. Cleanup complete. Fatigue. Execute fatigue roll. We executed a combat sequence, so I'm going to roll dice. And fatigue is around here somewhere. We're safe. No fatigue. So we remain fresh. All right, now we are in second activation, and we go to step B. Preparation. Combat trains are still on map. Prepared defenses is not happening. Mixed is not happening. We do not need to worry about coordination markers at this point. The blobs are distinct. All right, snafu roll. So let's accumulate this up. Fresh is good. Optimal distance is good. Ghost mode, not so good. We have a +1 on our snafu roll, and we get an 8 for the dice. I don't even know if that's visible. Hopefully it is. Y'all let me know. I can barely make it out on my iPhone that I'm using here to make this video. Right. Okay, we have a full snafu, and I'll diligently log that. Full activation, rather. And now we get to the fun part, which is activities. We do not have artillery. We've used the air point So that's kind of our context here. So if I recall correctly, I garrisoned. Yeah, I did. I got my pioneer unit. So, and they're in terrain. He's in terrain. That's useful. He is, I think, in terrain too. Just thinking out loud there. Right. So first, I'm going to have to drop support on the pioneer unit. Right. So, okay, double tap. Right there. Let's just leave these guys off for a second, but they're going to be right there. And there's nobody else in the area that I could get to without splitting these guys off. And I think that I've got enough to do here with these, with the headquarters unit and the pioneers. My objective is to force off-map the pioneer unit and then to jump the headquarters. I'm not playing soft jumps, so Mr. Headquarters is going to have to jump when I say jump. All right. So now we are doing some engagements. We're going to engage against support. So let's talk this through. And it's going to be 55th Tank Brigade is engaging support. We have a double objective zone, that is correct. Oh, right, and we'll work the differential. 4 + 2 for the, this is our support, by the way. 4 + 2 versus 3 + 3, so we're even there, +1, and that's it. There are no other factors, so we are looking to drop support. And we roll 11, +1 is 12, and we have dropped support there, so Mr. Support is out of the picture. Right, that was one of our activities there. So second up is we are going to do, I'm going to do rather, less pedantically, I'm going to that's interesting. You know, well, I haven't done an attack by fire, have I? Well, let's do a barrage against the pioneer unit. So, okay, this is an engagement against, sorry, it's a barrage. So it's attack by fire. They are in terrain, 5 or 6 needed. We got a 6. How convenient. Right, so the pioneer is now a 2-stepper. I like that. I like that a lot. And I'm going to come up here. Now, do I shock attack, which would be, I think, at a cumulative, oh, +3, because I'm +4 myself. Dual, double objective, only +2 on the shock attack. It's interesting. So I could get a desituational traffic, but my advance after combat will jump the headquarters. That's kind of nice. Can't do it with the 55th. You know what? I think what I will do instead is I will take my chances on a barrage and then an attack sequence, standard attack sequence. I think the assist will help me out. So I'm going to do a barrage, 2 of them, in fact. So here we go. And missed it by that much. All right, now I'm going to do an attack sequence. I'm going to use the 56th as the attacking unit, the 55th as the assisting unit. And so we are dual. We are double objective zone. We are we are assist. Right, that's all we got. Not a shock attack. Okay. Defender is in terrain, so we are at +2. So regular attack at +2. 10 +2 is 12. We have a D1 retreat. So Mr. Pioneer here, a couple things. D1, and then the retreat is going to flip him to his move side. He has no headquarters refuge, too close, too gosh darn close, so he comes off map to come back in the next friendly reinforcement phase. And my advance after combat with, I could do both. Do I want to do both? Well, artillery's a bitch, isn't it? But they're both terrain. I'll just advance after here. So, let's look up jumping headquarters. We're at the half-hour mark on this video, I recognize that. But that's about what it takes, about how long it takes me, especially when I'm talking things out. I do not tend to talk things out, even in a learning mode. So, right, I'm going to look up the rules on this and we'll come back a few moments later. Right, okay, we have jumped the headquarters, and per 4.7e, I must come back at least 1, 2, 3 hexes to a place that is free of engagement zones, which it is. Combat trains go to Ghost. Okay, and I get a coordination marker as well. Let me see if I have one out conveniently. I do not, but I know where they're located. So we're coordinated. Well, that was disruptive, wasn't it? Pretty good outcome, I think, for the Soviets. So, proceeding on, we have no further combat units available. I feel no particular need to move anything else. Well, that is fun, but no, not at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, should I care to do so next turn. Now that's an interesting thing, isn't it? I should probably be looking at that sort of thing. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this terrain, so back here would be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That covers all my units to the extent of where they are. I'm going to take a chance and leave this fella here. What I was thinking about just then was, could I position the headquarters after it got jumped far enough back so that it can't immediately be jumped again if the 28th Tank Corps gets an early activation next turn. But I'm going to take a chance. I mean, realistically, what happens is he gets jumped and he comes back to that hex anyway, and we continue with coordination, we continue with ghost mode, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to gamble in a sense that that we have the opportunity to move before 28th Tank Corps. You never know. All right, cleanup complete. Let's see, fatigue. We will go for a fatigue roll again. And we are a 6, no fatigue. So 28th Tank Corps remains fresh. I've been flipping the chits. I just keep the chits. I'm not doing a chit draw out of a cup. So I've been using the chits to kind of be a visual indicator of who's available. But very successful activation there from my point of view. And I do have time to continue on. Continue play. So next activation, activation number 6. 6 is going to be six is going to be 16 Panzer. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles here. So 16 Panzer, and 16 Panzer is right here. So activation, I will flip them over. And we will proceed. Okay, supply. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, supply is optimal, and we got an MSR, as I understand it. And no mixing, no crossing streams, everybody is copacetic. We're going to proceed to snafu. It's a snafu roll. Right, 16 Panzer is fatigue 0. Yay. Optimal distance, we'll go +1. Optimal distance +1. Right, no ghosting, we're not using tracks. Here's simple +1, so let's go for my snafu roll. 6 + 1 is 7, so we have a full activation, which is very welcome at this juncture. Right, what on earth am I going to do? Let's get those objectives, place them down. Right. Place combat and march objective markers. He's about as close as I want to get to anybody over here, I think, with the 13th Tank Corps. This has all the looks. I mean, it is a meeting engagement. Obviously, they've been coming down, going for Kalach over here and the bridges to get to Stalingrad, right, to open things up. And in the meantime, oh, look. Hey, look over here to the right. Look over here to the right. There's a Tank Corps on our right. What the heck? All right, so what I need to do is I need to get these units in some coherent form. It's going to be real easy for 13th Tank Corps to cut. 13th Tank Corps is going to want to take location B, either one or both. So I think I need some force over here towards B to hold my supply line. If he wants to try and cut the road, that's his business. So I am thinking that am I gonna have any combat? It's interesting. Terrain, not terrain. Terrain. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that far anyway. So these guys are over here, and they got a ghost. Obviously, they've been moving. That's how I would interpret that. Right. Okay. So I've got combat forces here and here and here. So what I need to do is I need to bring these combat forces over, and I would like to push these guys back a wee bit. He's got nothing in support, so I can do shock attacks, which is very nice. And I'm thinking that that is probably the thing to do. I should be able to really have a fun time with this and then block him off a bit. So, yeah, he is vulnerable, actually, quite vulnerable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 to Plesistovsky. 11, 12, 13, 14. With a point left in reserve, a movement point left in reserve to do a shock attack. I like it. Now, he's hanging out there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can get my mech infantry up there as well. Why, if they are 2 hexes apart? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, everything's fine. So, and we are recording. That's very good. So let's go up here. We're going to do a shock attack. Do I have artillery? I've got quite a lot, actually. I've got 3 points available, and so we will proceed with that. So, am I going to do anything fun? No, let's go straight up and shock attack this guy. So I'm going to take artillery. I like it. Oh, right. Shoot. Now, that's fun. Is that all I want to do here? Chances are I'm going to get a retreat. He's going to retreat in this direction. You know what? Why don't we? But I'm tapped out on movement to go past this point. So, yeah, let's double tap this guy. Double tap right here. And generally we're going to move up into this area. All right, I think I have a plan. Right, so where was I? Right, we are doing a shock attack. Shocking, I know. Yeah, I couldn't resist. Okay, let's go down the modifiers. No support on his side. Dual, thank you very much, +1. Double tap, double objective zone, that's fine. Shock attack. We're at 3. which is the suppression mission from shock attack for the artillery that we took. And that is that. Is he in terrain? No. Are we crossing terrain? No. So that's it. We are straight up +3 on this shock attack. Rolling. And the dice are a 9. +3 is 12. D1 retreat. All right. I like it. So we'll get our casualty step. He's now a 2-stepper. And he comes back to the headquarters refuge. 1, 2, 3. Thus. Can I go 1, 2, 3? That's probably a bit more prudent there. Right. Yep. And I've got 2 more movement points left on this guy, and we'll replace our markers here. There's no terrain. It's really irritating that there is no terrain here. So I think I can come up 2 more. Yeah, I can come up 2 more and yeah, why not? Target is hard unit. Oh, well, that's fun. Can you barrage a headquarters? I have to look that up. All right, proceeding. 1, 2, and I'm going to do, they can just play dogpile on the rabbit, but he will probably retreat before he takes too much in the way of, or I will learn better. I'm going to be greedy. So, right, I'm coming up, and guess what? Shock attack again. Yeah, why not? With artillery. So this is the same, second verse, same as the first, except I'm even more ahead, and I actually pause. I'm supposed to do action rating, right? On a shock attack. So he was action rating 2. I'm action rating 5. So that gives me a +3 in the first start place, with +4 dual, +5 double objective, +6 suppression mission. No mods on his side. That was +6 on a 9, which is a 15. 13 or more is a D2 retreat. So he takes another step, and he's only a 1-step unit. Right. So now we retreat. Now we continue. Shock attack. So shock attack with artillery, and the delta is 4 in action ratings. No support. So I am a, let's just not do this, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it. +7 shock attack. And is he in terrain at this time? No. Okay, so +7, I rolled a 5, that is another 12. He is gone. You know, didn't even occur to me, shock attack was advance after combat, but I still get my movement, so that's fine, as far as I know. So he's gone as a casualty now. Yay. Put the casualties over there. So he goes in the lost box. Cool. And advance after combat. And he is finished. But I could not do that because I'm outside of the location. All right, retcon. We are still a nice 1-point unit. So thinking that through, do I care to do that then? I'm here. I can't get to anything that I can attack. It's interesting. Let's stay there. Okay, bringing up these guys. And do I really care? I'm not very familiar with all I'm seeing here is the action rating is the same, the attack arrow is the same, and I just have a movement point difference, so I'll leave him saddled up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 14. Because why not? He's a 4. Huh, 3, 5. So, we'll go 13 right here, put him in some terrain. Let's give the guy a little terrain here. Okay, get my crunchies, and I'm going to move these guys up. One, 2, 3. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? How about like that? That appeals. He's not in terrain, he's in the clear, but it's interesting. But I like that a little better. He's 12 here, 13, 14. Interesting. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's interesting, isn't it? So this is his 16. He was tapped out here. 15, 14, 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That appeals, kinda. Let's do that. That means I can come up here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flip. Okay, and I'll bring him over. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 rather, there. So it gives me something of a moderately coherent line, a bit stuck out in the open here. Now that's fun. Having done that, I could come back 1, 2, or come over here. Still there. I'll stick it. Cool. Okay, second activation. Let's see. First, cleanup. Fatigue roll. 5, I'm safe. Okay, second activation. Sure, let's press our luck here. Didn't think that through when I did that, but I think the difference is that you probably want to wind up a first activation in a good defensible formation, if you will. We'll see how that goes. Do I get my second activation? Yes, I do. Duly noted. Snafu roll. And I never did anything with my pioneers, but the Sons of the Pioneers over here, hold it, those aren't even pioneers, those are infantry. I will keep that in mind. The pioneers must be off doing pioneer stuff. Right. Okay. Well, so we're going to go proceed with the snafu roll. 0 fatigue, optimal distance +1, no ghost, no mix, no coordination. We are just simply at a +1. And we have an 11. +1 is 12. We have a full. Did I already do that? Ah, I did. Okay. Right, so we are going to set the darned objective points. You know what? This is a really, really nice objective right here. I would really like to see that some harm comes to them. And so we will now proceed. So now I get to do my fun attack. Yay. And oh, artillery resets. The native 2 plus the 1 assigned, that gives us 3 artillery to work with. Lesson learned, always use the spare artillery point to do a barrage. Oops, my bad, I forgot to do it. All right, not too many crew cuts so far, I think. I don't know where this guy was, and that's going to be relevant in a moment. So 169, 13th Tank Corps, 169, Bravo, 2232. Right there. All right. Right, proceeding. Shock attack. Right. I like these shock attacks. I hope I'm doing them right. Y'all let me know in the comments. If I'm not, I need to up my game here. Right. Shock attack. Dual. Oh, okay. First off. First is a comparison between the attack ratings. So where a delta is a +4. I'm going to add in the dual +1, 6 for the double objective zone. I'm going to use an artillery. Do I need to go this high? Well, the lowest I can roll on 2d6 is 2, and it can happen. And I would really prefer to get, yeah, a little bit more. So yes, I am going to use that artillery point because that's going to get me another +1, and that puts me at 7. And I really think that that's all that I've got available. He is not in terrain, reconfirm. So I am a 7 to 1. Or sorry, +7. Shock attack going in. I have 7 plus 7 is 14. The unit is dead. Took his last step. So the unit comes apart at the seams, and now he goes in the dead pool as I intended. And advance after combat. So now it gets to be a bit interesting because I am now in the zone of control of somebody who's got AV, and I have to do an engagement. I think I have to do a stopping engagement, as I understand it. So the target is a real AV as well, so that's fun. You know what? I need it. May as well. How bad could it be? All right. So let's go back to basics here. So AV plus action rating. Okay. He's a 5. I'm a 6. So I'm +1. +2 double objective zone. He has no support, no PD. Engagement against real AV at +2. 10 +2. Target loss and retreat. That's interesting. Now, what kind of retreat? Retreat 3 hexes and flip. No. Yeah, retreat 3 hexes and flip to move side. Okay, I can live with that. So, 3 hexes. We'll get ourselves a casualty count. My, what a big brigade that is. So, target loss and retreat. And here's where the headquarters is, so we're going to retreat in the general direction past the headquarters up the line of communication, up the MSR, give or take, or the, yeah, something like that. 1, 2, 3. I think that's reasonable. All right. And it's an engagement, there's no advance after combat. So, need I do a shock attack on the headquarters unit? I don't think it matters. I think I simply move into the place with the headquarters unit, and Mr. Headquarters goes 1, pick him up and put him down at least 3 hexes away, and I'm going to go back there. He's already ghosted, so I think that's fine, and that constitutes that. So I have 1 fire action left, if I'm using the terminology right. Yeah, so I did 1 fire action for the shock attack, 1 move to jump the headquarters, and yeah, I got an advance after combat. This is my first movement point, and it's a half movement point at that. So let's come on up here and we'll go second shock attack. This is our double tap. Objective hexes right here. So again, with the artillery, and let's compare. Oh, yeah, I am +1 for starters, 6 versus 5. He has no support. I have double objective, sorry. I can't do it that way, not a shock attack. It is an engagement against, the target is real AV, and we compare AV and action ratings, so I am +1. Double objective +1, that's the only modifiers. So I'm doing an engagement against real AV. Wow. And I get an 8 in the aggregate this time, which is both loss. Wow. Okay, both loss. So he's going to go down to 4, I'm going to go down to 5, and he's in terrain, but that is not a modifier for this kind of stuff. All right, and I'm now a 5, and I'm stopped because I've used my second fire action. Right. Okay, let's dogpile on the rabbit here. So I have to come up and do engagements, right? So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, back up. This is my only other AV capable unit. And I would dearly love to smack this guy around a bit. And I got the tanks here too. So and he's too far out. I can only get to him or him. Now I can jump the headquarters again just through sheer movement points if I get the opportunity, which I won't. Right, moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could go around. That is irrelevant. Kind of like that. That appeals. Where was I? Here? 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 Wish I knew. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Let's just say I'm going to run out of fire actions before I run out of movement points. So I'm going to get myself over. Where do I want? I want the armor generally to the south. So I'm going to come down here. Not terribly worrying about this. I come down here and flip at the end of it. I believe I can do that. I'm not entirely sure that I can flip, but wow, we're coming up on another half hour. I'm going to try and wrap this up, and this will be the wrap up. Well, 13th Tank Corps will get a move too. Sorry, I'm trying to actually, do this as I'm doing it, and it does take me a bit of time. So let's assume that that's correct. I'm going to do an engagement, and it is against a real AV, and I have an 8 versus his 4, so I am +4 on the face of it. Artillery is not in play here. Double objective is in play, and that's it. So I am target real AV engagement with +5. 7 + 5 is 12. Target loss and retreat. Yay. I'll take the loss and retreat back 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I rather like that better. Somewhat like that better. Okay, there's no advance after combat as I understand it, so I've used 1 of those. Huh. Well, let's come on over here and jam this guy up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's okay. And we're going to do another engagement. But I flipped. Let's just say that I'm done right there. Because I think I flipped once. Yeah, I don't know if I've used some movement points and then I flip, do I get the proportional number of movement points left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which was less than half. I mean, if it were a system that did that sort of thing, then I can make the distance over there. But I don't know. So I'll take that as a flip. Proportional MP. Don't know. I think I've seen examples of play before where they flipped is pretty much the last thing they did, and that in fact may be. Is it on the crib sheet here? Things that make you stop. Flip, 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 flip. Things you can do. Stop. Flip, 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 flip. Things that make you finish. That's fun. I don't think so. I'll find out. Anyway, I'm going to treat that as finished right there. All right. So we're going to come basically just get into a defensive setup here. Can I get anybody in there reasonably quickly? He's in terrain, but I really like my AR versus his AR. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip. Do I care about flip? I don't care about flip with this guy. He's not a flip carrying type of person. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an attack. He's the assist, he's the attack. I believe he's used his 2 firing events, which makes him stopped. But I can attack. So that is my purpose here. In the attack, this is a regular attack with my last artillery point. So compare the AR action rating, my 5 versus his 2. So that is +3 already. So +3. I am dual. Yay, I am Groot. Dual Groot. Dual. Double objective zone. He's still within the range of that. Suppression mission, that takes me up to +2. So for a 7. Then for, actually I'll just do it that way. So +7. Assist +8. Shock attack unit has nothing going for it. Defender. Dual infantry. He's a dual in terrain, so he gets a +1. So I am down to a +7 on my attack, as I understand it. Yay, high quality units. Okay, attack going in. We have a 6 on the dice, plus a 7, which is a 13 D2 retreat. All right, so I think I can do this. I think this hex row is in play. 1, 2, 3. There's no reason why I can't do it that way. And I take a D2. Now, hold on. Let me just be clear about the kind of retreat that I'm taking. It's a 5.5E. He's an AV, so I think he might only have to go 3. 5.5E. Right, he's attack. Yeah, he's a 3 and a flip to move side. Done. So I would say pretty successful, and my unit takes the high ground. Great, and we'll wrap up here. We'll get ourselves moved back into some semblance of formation here. These are leg. Leg is nice sometimes because he can get a half on the track. Half track. 1, 2, garrisoned. It's kind of nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Spread out a bit. Okay, for this, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if he's going to do that, he may as well go flip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And he's flipped. And that's not horrible. I'm going to move the headquarters up to Plesistovsky. Now that's interesting. Well, he's garrisoned. Do I like that? I don't know. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flip. 7. Oh. Hey, you know what? 16 Panzer's got these guys down here. That's interesting. Can't do anything about it, but I should probably seek to dress my lines a bit. So, how am I going to do this? 1, 2, 3. 196th has, well, hold on. Does the 196th have support? Yes, he does. So I don't want to muck around with that. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do that. Yeah, it suggests that's pretty good. Or I could flip and come back on the other side of the river. Oh well, decisions. This is a minor river. So the minor river is going to be +3 to tack movement. I'll just go 1, 2, 3. Make it a bit more difficult for this guy to get to me. It's some semblance of a combined line here. That'll do it. Okay. Activation is done. Clean up, fatigue roll. 5. Free of fatigue. Right. Okay, so this was a couple of activations here. We did the 28th Tank Corps and 16th Panzer Division. And it took a good long time to do it with the rules lookups and whatnot and talking it through. So I would love to hear your comments, particularly where I screwed up on things. Be kind, if you will. And that is about it. This also, next up is going to be 13th Tank Corps. They will probably have some stern words to say against certain units of the 16th Panzer Division. Hope you liked it. Again, comments below if you will, please, and we'll see you down the road. I got a postscript. As I was cleaning up all of my Go materials into one bag here, I realized that I'm going from one video to another. So, of course, we've been doing Battle of Kalach entry of the Tank Armies scenario right here, and I've been having quite a bit of fun doing it. It's a great game system. And I'm going to be going to make another video for work, and that video is it's about using GitHub Copilot to generate code. Specifically, I'm going to be doing a basic video on using it to create entity framework queries. So to create your entity framework classes, your service, repository, context, POCOs, the whole 9 yards, and I'll have GitHub Copilot doing all the heavy lifting on that. So, you know, should be fun, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching, and letting me meander on about work. Oh my gosh, work of all things. So I hope you like the video, and we'll see you down the road.